The purpose of not overpaying for security for any share that I buy is simply because I want to improve my probability of not losing. See, I keep saying this, not losing for me is very important. I'm a very conservative, darpoke kind of an investor. I take aggressive trading positions simply because I know that there is a equity backup, right? So therefore this discipline helps, because you will never be always right, and I have a very simple rule: I have to be more right than wrong. And the question is, when I'm right, how much money did I put in? So if I was right in, say, Care, this is a share which I bought at various prices, and my average price should now be around 480 or 460 to 480, and the price is about 550. The average price is lower simply because I bought very aggressively at lower prices, because I thought once the economy turns around, it will do well. And it has done well. So this discipline of saying I will buy only at a particular price, of course you get carried away when you meet an analyst or you meet an investor, or you, even worse, meet the management, you get carried away. But you have to, if you have this discipline saying, okay, I get a decent dividend yield, I know I'll get some appreciation in the end, there's a 4% dividend yield, and if there is a 5% appreciation year on year for 2-3 years, I can't lose too much money, right? I'll get 8-9%, which is what which is better than what I can anyway get in a GSEC or something like that. So therefore the discipline helps, and if the asset is good at a particular point in time with the dividend yield, then it can't be too, I mean, you're less worried about the downside. So that is how it helps, and it helps in improving the return, and it gives you a bigger and bigger moat. And if I bought a share at, say, 45 rupees, knowing I'm going to get 4 rupees dividend, that is a 10% dividend yield. Even if I get 2-3 rupees as dividend, and which means there is earning fall, yes, as the price will fall, the dividend will also fall, but the dividend fall may not be too high. And after 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, when the industry turns around, the same share will turn around. Those are the advantages. The downside to having the discipline is to say, okay, in this industry I want to take an exposure because it's a good industry to be in, and this is the dividend yield, and this is what it will do. And the thing is, I never go to zero position. For example, right now I do think that pharma is doing well. It will do well for some more time. I am convinced that banking will do well. So therefore my banking positions and pharma positions I am not willing to reduce. But money has to come from somewhere, right? There is no machine. I have no income other than largely my dividend income and trading profits. So I take that and I say, okay, I need to sell my, let's say I have to sell my IT because I think my pharma and banking will do better than my IT. That may be right, that may be wrong, but the thing is, I will never go to zero IT. I will never get out of HCL Tech, Wipro, Infosys, whatever be the price, because TCS, of course, sorry, the father of them all. And I would be in large IT, I would be in small IT, right? I'm not naming the small IT for obvious reasons. So in the large IT, I may go down from my position of 100 to my position of 30 or 40, but I will never go to zero, simply because I know that I could go wrong with pharma and banking, and that is when IT does well, I would be too distraught to know that, oh, I had zero position. So that is one reason, and there's another reason why I invest in mutual funds. They're much better balanced than what I would ever be. I will get carried away, I know that. So the fact that I invest in mutual funds also means I look at their portfolios and see, oh, this is what they're buying and this is what they're selling. Of course I can do that without investing, but when you have stakes, then you on that fund manager, then you look at it far better and far closely. So those are 2-3 things. Even with all boxes checked and everything, sometimes you go wrong. Sometimes when it does not look too great, you still make a lot of money, right? So you could some of these things could happen, right? Ashai India Glass, when I bought it at 140 or 160, 170, I knew it would go to 300 because that was my valuation matrix. So I was not willing to pay 250 for it because I thought, oh, 200 is a good price, maximum mein 300 jayega kind of stuff. It went to 300 and then I revised my opinion, and now it's at 600 and I again revised my opinion. So you can see some of those things. Sun Pharma, for example, when I bought, I thought maybe 900 is a good price to exit. Then I saw the price, I said okay, 1100 is a good price to exit. Now I'm still greedy. At 1100 I may sell off a little bit and still hold on, right? So all those things will happen on your way, but still having the process is important.